Morning, guys. Tanner here with STK Cattle and Hay. I'm out. I just moved the cows. We're gonna move the bull and steer herd. Need to switch a few gates around. If you guys have seen very many videos, you've seen one of our pens here. So there's an entrance to get into this trap right in front of that pickup. Sometimes I open the panels over there, but anyways, cows are in. They're going to be using this water tank. They were using one on the other side of that little tree, but we're going to shuffle things around real quick. Maybe be able to introduce you guys to some new animals we got. Just give a little quick update. So, got my faithful helper coming around. Some of these jobs are just someone chained this two-handedly. Didn't make it good for a one-hander. There we go. But so far, see, over the last weekend, we did receive probably an inch of rain. It didn't fill any water holes. I mean, there's barely anything standing in ponds. And it rained pretty hard, pretty fast. So, I mean, we got green grass, but we're probably, I'm gonna guess 4 to 6 inches behind normal for our rainfall. So I sold some bred cows, 6 head last weekend, which is about 10% of our herd. Just kind of in preparation for drought. If it doesn't rain before too long, that'll be that won't even be enough. So we'll end up selling another 5 or 6 head in May at this rate. So, but we got a new bull in the pasture. I'm just trying to slowly work my way out. He showed up last Friday. He's 5/8 Mashona, 3/8 Red Angus from the Faro cattle sale in Texas. He was the lot number 2. If any of you guys were familiar with that sale, that's where he went. He's a really good looking bull. He'll go on our white colored heifers. Well, they won't be heifers here pretty soon. They should be calving. And we did have a first calf yesterday. So we're there he is right there. He's interested in what we're doing, I guess. He's kind of a chunk. I've really liked the way he looks. Which I guess if you buy a bull, you better like how he looks, but I'd say he's one of the thickest bulls I've ever bought from Faro. So I don't know if that says much for some of my other bulls, but we've got 2 of my older bulls. That's Kearney. That's Kankakee out there. They're 3/4 brothers. They're half Angus, Red Angus, quarter Mashona, and a quarter Corianny. But they're very closely related. This is, what's his name? Loyo? No, not Loyo. Moyo. Moyo was his sale name. But I really like him. He's just a good thick bull. Looks like a bull. I mean, not too many holes in this guy. Slicked off, thick. He's got a decent temperament for only being a 3-star disposition. So hope that holds out to be better than advertised. That ball face animal beside him is a steer, one of our butcher steers. He's got about a month before he goes on his date with Destiny. Got that black one there. He's a steer. He'll be next year's feeder. He's a 2-year-old now. And you got 2 strange calves over there walking around. Those are the bulls we kept. They're still kind of settling in. They're doing all right. So they're out of Kearney and Kankakee. Kind of funny. They both kind of have similar color characteristics to what I'm guessing their sires are. Got a white one, and then a kind of darker yellower one. But I'm sure most of you guys have seen Balto, but so we call him Balto. He's Boris. That's Muck and Luck out there. So, anyways, gotta give him some names just so we can yell something at him. But we don't normally name anything other than a couple cows here and there if they earn a name, or we have the bulls. They come, Pharaoh names them for their sales, so we just stick with their names usually. Got the horses in here with the bulls and steers, so we'll see if they follow us through. I don't. Woo! Come on! Woo! Come on! Oh, Moyo hasn't been in here very long, so he might not understand. The others been around long enough, they should. Shoot, Moyo's the one following. Can't tell if... Yeah, they're coming. So our horses come to a whistle. And I can't whistle, so we'll try. That's how I whistle. I can't do the sticking my fingers in my mouth and whistling or anything like that, but someone showed me in school when I was probably 2nd or 3rd grade how to whistle by pinching my lip. So that's what we got. But horses come to a whistle. The cattle come to a call, or my siren on my pickup. We don't like the horses coming to pickups every time we honk a horn or hit a siren, so we don't encourage them to do that, so we whistle. But it looks like we're going to get a full crew to come. I know the Pharaoh cattle, they're supposed to rotate, so I assume they still will. Hey, got broke off my gate probably 3 years ago. Wondered where it went. I just assumed something ate it. Yeah, it used to be chained right there. Used to have a big nail in it, and that's what caught that red gate. Heck of a deal. put this up with my other pile of lost chains. But at least we have it. No, I don't need you guys in the pen. So these two, I'm pretty sure, are only 3-star dispositions as well. And they're a rough crowd. They are a rough crowd. Come on, guys. Now those two, yeah, they're ding dongs. Come on, fellas. Come on. Woo! Come out here. We got some kind of fresh pasture. So it's been about 2 weeks since I pulled the cows off this 80. And they spent about 2 weeks out there, and I told myself whenever I had my first calf I'd rotate. It actually probably been more like 10 days, but yeah, I told myself I'd rotate whenever I had the first calf, just to get the calf on fresh pasture. So that calf was born yesterday afternoon, and we moved from this 80 to that 80. So trying to keep the bulls and horses 180 off of my rotation with the cows. So there's plenty to eat out here. They're not, let's see, what is it, 3 horses, 2 little yearling bulls, 2 steers, 3 big bulls. So that's 7 head, seven head of cattle, and yeah, 10 head total. So you can see up here we've got, that's Bermuda, where we sprigged Bermuda 2 years ago. There's some cheat. We also drug the pasture with our harrow. I'm just trying to keep some pasture maintenance up. I really don't give a crap about dragging manure pats or anything, but it does help keep wild pigs out, because wild pigs do root up your manure pats, and once they start rooting, they don't stop. You can see the streaks out here. That's where I unrolled hay probably 2 years ago. Still seeing some fertility boost from that. So that's pretty cool. I like being able to see stuff like that. But we got quite a bit of Bermuda out here. But like I said, this should be 6 or 8 inches tall by now, and thick, and just taking off and outgrowing the cattle. So it's been warm, probably a month longer than normal. We were hitting 90s in March, sorry. We were hitting 90s in March. Today it's 50 degrees. Got kind of a cool blowing mist, and it is April 22nd. We started laying hay down yesterday. So kind of slow morning. My feet are getting wet out here. Just didn't wear my water resistant boots. There's a little more Bermuda going that way. And there's a lot of Bermuda out here. And there's Bermuda. The stand just keeps getting better every year. I don't expect it to look like a golf course. It's not what I'm going for. I'm looking for a more natural appearing Bermuda pasture. So if it just maintains about a 50% stand, then we'll be plenty happy. We do have a pond over this hill. And for some reason I saw a beaver in it a month ago, which there's no creek or anything. It's just I guess what people in other states might call a tank. It's just a water hole, and it's been here for at least 60 years probably. But so I think my granddad bought this place 60 years ago and said this pond was here, and every time it dries out we clean it out. But yeah, it's just a little, you can see the trees here, trees there, that's the excess dirt where it's been cleaned out. And for some reason there's cedar trees on this side and got oaks on the other side. No one planted them as far as we know. Kind of odd that they switched like that. Here comes the horses. Goobers. This one is bred. She's going to have a foal sometime in probably June. We have 2 mares. We breed them for a foal every other year. Well, yeah, each mare has a foal every other year, giving us 1 foal a year. 2 dummies are not figuring it out yet. They're special. They're not just completely crazy or wild. They're just calves. They haven't figured out the system yet. It's their first time to rotate since they were out here. I had to clean the pen, had to turn them out of the pen before I could get much handling done on them, because I needed the pens for sorting cows to sell for the drought and all that fun stuff. So anyways, we'll leave the gates open, let them come back through. They'll gather up here later today. I'll just shut these gates and they'll be fine. Sometimes that's what you got to do to get them used to things. So anyways, once again, there's the new bull. He's already, like I said, quite a bit bigger than most of the bulls I've ever bought from Pharaoh. Most of my bulls are dwarfed by those 2 white bulls, so that's pretty good. He's one thing about Pharaoh is if you have a bull fail in the first 12 months of ownership, they do warranty them. And so the way that works is you take 2 bulls to well, for me last year I had 2 bulls come up failing their semen tests. But once you've satisfied the requirements of vet checks from Kit, you'll haul them to your local vet, you get a report, all that fun stuff. Once you get all that stuff done, they you take that bull to the sale, and they give you a credit for the difference. So right now, you know, it's not hard for a 2-year-old bull to sell for $2,000, $2,500, and then they give you a credit for, say you bought a $5,000 bull and you got $2,500 at the sale barn, you'll get $2,500 credit. For a couple different reasons, I had 2. They're both failed semen tests, but they both failed different ways. But I had 2 bulls fail last year that only owned for a year, so we got warranty on both of those. We were able to put those warranties toward our new bull there, which allowed us to buy a lot nicer bull than we normally do. So I don't know how, that's pretty good marketing for Kit. Come on. I'm gonna dry him out, get up close to those cows, and get you a picture of that new calf. So we'll catch you in a second. All right, we've caught up to the cow herd. They're far west end of their field, which is a pretty good sand hill. Oh, speaking of sand hill, where's the 4-wheel drive? Oh, wouldn't have been good. That's not how we want to start a day. What was I thinking? I knew better than that. So, anyways, here we are. This is sprigged a year ago. There is some Bermuda out in it. We did all our hay feeding while in this pasture on this hill. Plus, I have unrolled some random extra bales here and there. Just anything that didn't have good net wrap on it or something, I just brought up here and kicked it out. And just tried to help cover this hill, but you can see the streaks of rye. We need to start doing some better job getting cover crops planted out here in these fields. But anyways, that's a goal for this coming year, get some more cover crops planted on this Bermuda. Sure does make it look better. But here's our new baby. Like I said, it's first time heifer. That's actually, she's right next to the heifer that calved, is right next to her mother. That's what she's out of, is this little half Corriente, part Aberdeen cow right there on the left. There we go. She's crossed back with the red baldy, and then that's out of our half Mashona, half red Angus bull from PCC last year. He's what we turned out on most of our heifers, and his name was Leo. But at the end of the season, about 3 months after breeding, he came up with only about 40% semen test, and I'm not saying it's 100% related, but it seems awful funny that we only had a 40% breed up on our heifers. So, which is fine. Those open heifers brought a lot of money. So I didn't really lose a whole lot there. Really, it was probably for the best, because we're in the middle of a drought. So I can't complain really. I assume I got probably the better heifers bred, and we're going on pretty good. That bull was not a high score on his calving ease. At the Farrow sale, he was only a 3-star calving ease, but breeding Corriente cross heifers, I hope I'll be fine. I think I'll be fine. You got to pay a whole lot more money for the ones that have 5-star calving ease, and they're a lot fewer and far. They're pretty few and far between when you start talking about the heat tolerant genetics that they sell. Kit doesn't give very many of those a 5-star calving ease. If you get 4-star, then you've done something. But knowing the herd we have, I think that Corriente cross is going to bring enough natural calving ease from the cow side, just proper hip structure, stuff like that. So I think that'll be good. I'm gonna head out and go check the other pasture, and have any calves over there, I'll get a picture of them. That'd be the first calves over there. Like I said, that's the first calf born this year. Only calf that I know of at the moment. So they should start. The official start for calving should be tomorrow, based on gestation and the day we turned out, which was July 15th. So I expect more calves any day now. So I'll wrap up the video over there, and we'll catch you in a second. Alright guys, we're here with the other cow herd. This is where we've got some first calf heifers, our yearling heifers, all that. So out here for a little bit already. I haven't seen any calves yet, but you've got these little, those are the yearlings that we weaned not long ago. Let's get a little pointer pin. Those yearlings. These are the bred heifers back there. Right there's a bred heifer. The red ones are yearlings here, but they're outgrowing good. These two back here are actually cows. We weaned calves off of them last year. One of the bulls is out of the more horned cow there. There you go. One of the bulls is out of her. So one of the 2 yearling bulls we kept. So we're working on a lease pasture. If I do that, I'm probably going to move these bred heifers. So after they calve, I'll move her. But yeah, we'll move them. And I need bulls to put with them, and I honestly can't afford any more $10,000 bulls right now. So we will we'll end up just using those bulls we raised on these Charolais crosses. At least this year. We might buy another bull next year. And those 2 bulls will get us by. But anyways, this is a look at what I would like our stuff at the house to look like in our first pastures. So you see the Bermuda down the rows. This is planted to rye and vetch and cowpeas. The cattle can pick the vetch and cowpeas out first, but actually there's vetch. So kind of same deal here. We're going to move these cows out after the first calf's born. We'll put them on the Bermuda, which is just right over there, the next 40 over. So this pasture's broken to 4 40-acre pastures, where the other one's 4 80-acre pastures. So the other one will be 6 40-acre pastures if we get that one rented. It actually has a shop on it too, so that's going to be handy. So anyways, but this is what I'd like things to look more like. I planted roughly 30 pound an acre of seed. It's kind of just what was left over, but it makes a lot of good cover out here. We had years ago this sand hill all across right here. That hill there just blew out. That's right where the I guess what you call the paddock division is. That fence runs almost, well, you can see there's the irrigation system center right there. So it runs all the way across that hilltop to the corner against those trees. And down in the trees, it's against those trees, it's in the bottom, but the rest of the fence is on that hilltop, and the cows walked that hilltop until in a drought 5 years ago, until the hilltop blew out. So then I had to pull the fence out, and I haven't put it back yet, but it's ready to be put back in now. After these cows move out, I probably will move it or put one back in, and be back to 440s. But right now we're going to leave a bunch of this rye for cover. It'll reseed itself, all that good fun stuff. But yeah, once these cows have been out here for a little over 20 days, probably 22 days. I assume I moved them April 1st. I usually move things in the first of the month. Do a 30-day rotation, and we'll start a 30-day rotation with them. But like I said, I'm probably going to move all these Charolais cross heifers, and then we'll leave these two cows here. We'll leave them to babysit these heifers, the yearling heifers that are out here. So that'll be 15 cows going to the other herd, and I think that's 13 staying here. So if we get that other place rented, like I said, that'll be good, and we'll have some cattle there. I can't move these 2 cows because the two little bulls I kept, like I said, one is out of her, and the other one is out of her sister. So probably better not put that in there. I'm not saying that inbreeding would show up too bad, especially on animals that aren't purebloods. Their hybrid vigor kind of just balances in there and kind of balances it all out. Kind of hard to get too much of one thing in there when you got a crossbred. So I don't think it'd be too big a deal, but we're not going to test it. We'll leave them here and they'll get bred by Moyo, the new bull, as well as the rest of the yearling heifers out here. We don't turn out until July 15th, so we've still got 3 months. May, June, July, yeah, 3 months. 3 months of growing left on these cattle, so I think it'll be good. So anyways, with that, we'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a blessed day.